Hi guys, how are you doing? My name is Winfred and you're welcome to this channel, Building Projects with Winfred. Today I'm just going to do a sit-in and we just talk. Probably you've been wondering why I've not been posting. It's because in Uganda, you cannot build without going through certain procedures. So that's the reason why I've been off. And now that things are straightened out, we are going to be more in business. We'll be doing more videos than we've done before. When you're going to build in Uganda, or if you have dreams of building in Uganda, first you have the money and then you buy the land. What kind of land are you going to buy? It's preferred that you get titled land because that one has less issues. Those of you who are living in the diaspora, those of you who want to come and settle in Uganda, it is best that you buy land that is titled. It may be expensive, but the one that is just with an agreement or lease land is going to be cheaper, but it may not be safe for the future. Because Uganda is joining or has joined the East African community, anyone who would want land in Uganda, as long as they belong to the East African community, they can always buy land in Uganda and build. So land is becoming expensive. Now, people who have land that they've always squatted on, like what they call squatters, are also going ahead and selling. And you find that the land is fragmented, whereby one person has a piece of land and then they cut it up into small chunks and they have so many neighbors around them. Now that's not the place where we bought the land in Kaga. It is titled and it is like 50 by 100. So it's small enough for him, but again, the advantage is it's titled. Now, because it is titled, once you've got the land title, you've done the payment and you have the land with you, you start the dreaming plan. So me and my brother sat down and he dreamt what he wanted. Then we got the architect involved to see that his dreams come to pass. Now he advised us, because the system in Uganda is they charge you per square meter when it comes to approving of your plans. The amount of money that you would pay when you're drawing plans, you've drawn your plans, is charged basing on the square meter. So if your land is big, and then you do a bungalow, say, the bungalow is spread out all over the land, and you will be charged per square meter. Say that you have 5 bedrooms, a 5-bedroom house, self-contained. That would mean that they would charge you per square meter for which those 5 bedrooms sit, the sitting room, the dining room, all the groundwork will be charged basing on the square meters that your plans sit. Now we sat and drew plans, and I'll show you the plans. And once you've drawn them, then you sit with your architect, you design what you want, and then when you're done, he takes them and reviews them and draws them. Then, just a minute, there was background noise that I was trying to cut out. Now, when you have sat and drawn your plans, he takes them, redraws them, digitalizes the plans, and then brings them back to you. And if you approve, then he goes ahead and submits the plans. So we submitted our plans. This can take about, maybe depending on where you're in Uganda, depending on the council that your land falls. Some that are in Kampala take a longer time because there are more construction projects going on, depending on where you are. Now for him, he's in Kajansi Town Council, so I would expect that it's not going to take long, and very soon we'll be showing you that plans approved, and you'll be able to gauge and see for yourself. So once you submit your plans, this could take about 3-4 weeks depending on how you go about it. But once that is done, your plans will be approved basing on the architectural plan work for the area, and also depending on if your plans are designed as per requirements and as in the building is safe. Now, if you go storied with your building, you would have occupied less space or less square meters on ground. So that is what we went for. This house is going to be half bungalow, half storied, and it's going to be a 4-bedroomed house. Now, because it's a 4-bedroomed house and half storied, it would not occupy more ground than the one which is no, it's purely bungalow. That's why we went for half storied. Plus, my brother liked to have a terrace on his house, and because of that, we went with his dream, and the plans have been submitted. And once they are submitted, we are supposed to get a project approval for the work of building. After the plans have been approved, they will give us a project approval certificate. That is where you find the technical engineer signing, and the site engineer, the there's the technical and the site engineer area where they would sign. Now they would come and check on the progress of the structure to see that it's working and going on as planned, and all procedures followed. Now the other thing as well, and each time they come, they sign. Now the other thing that probably you didn't know is if you draw plans in Uganda and you don't put up anything for a year, they become invalid. And so you have to go back, and there's some procedures that you have to go through to have them reactivated so you can build. So it's advised, once you get to that stage of drawing plans, that you put up something on ground. An example, you can build a perimeter wall, or you can put up something, but if you don't for a year, then they become invalid and you have to reapply through a certain procedure and then have that renew your plans. So I advise, the moment you start drawing plans, have some money ready and put up something on your ground, because if you don't, then the plans will have become invalid. Now when next we talk, I'll be showing you my trip to the town council that takes the area where the project is going to be taking place, which is Kaga, and I'll also be showing you the plans approved, because once that happens, then you'll be able to see the structure work taking place, because you cannot do anything minus the structure work, minus the approving of plans. And once you cross that bridge, you surely know that you're really set to start building. And the advantage of building, there's that fear that I don't have much money and yet I want to build, or I don't have all the money today. Guess what? You can still start and do something, and slowly by slowly you progress. Now this is what I encourage my brother to do, that at least we can do the perimeter wall. As we save some more money, then we do the foundation for the house. As we save more money, then we raise the foundation up to maybe the wall plate, and then slowly by slowly we pour the first slab, then we continue up. And I know all this would take time, as you'll be seeing progress, but depending on your finances, if you're one who has already set your money, you can build. But if you don't have, this does not discourage you. Building can be done as long as you have land and a habit to save, because that is also very key. Some of us don't want to save, but we want the good things. It also involves sacrificing, because I've seen my brother sacrifice because he loves his project. Now, if you love your projects, you can go ahead, sacrifice and build. And slowly by slowly, you can get to your dream. You don't have to stay away completely and wait until you have all the money, because that time may not happen. But if you save and purpose that I'll be building, the moment you start laying the first brick like this, it's like something breaks, and then you feel the heart for your project, and you cannot stop. And so you work as much as you can to make sure that your project carries on. So that is what you're going to be seeing in the next video, when we are taking a trip to the town council to get our plans approved. And then, because it's now been about 3 weeks, since I've drawn the plans and submitted. And so anytime soon I'm expecting a call, and once I get that call, it will be to go get the approved plans. And if there's any changes, in case they are not approved, I would still have to know, and then change accordingly, because you have to work with the terms and conditions of the council. So until next time, guys, when we are getting our plans, as fingers crossed, and you see the trip to where our council is, and then you see the plans once they are approved. Bye bye and take care.